This is a review of the LEGO High-Speed City Express passenger train, which is set number 7745. Released in 1985, it was modeled after the TGV. It was 7740's successor and the flagship train from the mid to late 1980s. The set comes with 3 train cars, an engine and 2 passenger wagons. Let's start by reviewing the engine. The engine is a relatively simple but elegant design, in line with other trains from the 80s. In the front, there's a DB sticker, which stands for Deutsche Bahn, the railway in Germany at the time. The train also has other stickers for different railways, but the DB stickers are the most popular ones because these sets were mainly produced in Germany. This is a 1x6 brick with a light prism in it, so this train does have lights connected to the 12-volt motor underneath. There's windscreens here, and this roof can lift up to reveal the driver's engine compartment. There's a door here that opens. You can see the wires underneath that connect to the light, and the wire at the end, which connects to the other light in the rear car. The roof is simple, made up of 2 of the 6x6x1 roof double slopes that were common on trains of that time. The shutters open, and you can see that there's fake engine parts inside there. They don't have any electrical function because the electric parts are in the 12-volt motor underneath. You can also see in the middle between the 2 engine blocks there's a weight brick to improve traction on the motor. In the 70s, the blue era of 12-volt, the trains did not have enough traction and ended up slipping. On the bottom you can see the 12-volt motor. It has the rubber rims and the contacts. If you flip it over, you can see that there's a date there, 29/5, which means it was produced in the 29th week of 1985. You can also see the wires there that connect to the front lights, and then they're also connected to the rear car using this wire. The second car is the middle passenger wagon. This is similar in design to the middle wagon of 7740, but instead of it being symmetrical, this is asymmetrical. It uses the same simple roof pieces as the front and rear car. Inside, there's 2 tables with seats on either side of the table, and then there's also a suitcase rack here and a sink part here. You can see the wire that goes through the car, which has to connect to the rear lights. There are also the DB stickers in the doors again, and the city stickers here, which are also common on the passenger wagons. The second passenger wagon is very similar to the engine, but instead of being fitted for a 12-volt motor, it's a dining car, as can be seen by the knife and fork symbol here. It also has a pantograph, same as the first car. I keep this one down because obviously it doesn't have any function, but it would make more sense to have the engine with the pantograph. Inside, there's the same table as the first passenger car, but in the back of it you can see the chef's table. There's the same cabin here as in the first car also. It's very similar in design to the engine. And then on the other side you can see it's a dummy 12-volt motor. It's the same dimensions as it, but there is no electricity that goes through there. Then you can see the wire that comes through to this light prism here. It's the same as in the front car again, with the same sticker, but it has red lights instead of clear lights. I forgot to mention that the set also comes with a small simple station. This is bigger than some other of the stations that came with train sets, but not as big as the 7822 or 7824 stations. This is a stickered panel here that has different trains from different cities going at different times, but the cool thing is that these cities correspond to the city stickers that go on the train. So my 7745 here has the Basel and Hamburg stickers, which correspond to 2215 and 920 on this sticker. And then there's the other cities that are on those stickers as well. My copy of the set included the instructions. These are standard 1980s LEGO instructions, except that they're the larger size, similar to 7750, 7740, and 7755. The other train sets had small stapled instructions. As was the case for most train sets, it had a lot of pieces that were put together in one step. So although there aren't many pages of the instructions, it takes a while to get through one page. Here's instructions for the B model, which is a steam engine, and a station, which has lights. I think that's pretty cool. And then there's also a buffer at the end too. And then there's some tips for the cleaning of the rails and setting up a electric track layout. And then here's some inspiration for different layouts, and it shows the number of sets that you need to make each one. And then in the back, there's an advertisement from 1985, which features the 7745, the 7866 remote controlled road crossing, the 7735 freight train, and the 7722 engine with the 7715 passenger wagons. This set, my copy of the set did not come with the box. There are 3 variants of the box. The DFI box, which is German, French, Italian. The UKFNL box, which is English, French, and Dutch. And then the DKSSF box, which is Danish, Swedish, and Finnish. The DFI and UKFNL boxes are both fairly common, but the DKSSF box, as is the case for all box variants of DKSSF, is quite rare. It also had a sticker sheet with an additional, I don't know how many, a lot of different railroads that you could sticker your trains with. And you'd replace these stickers with ones of a different railway, such as the Austrian Railway or the Danish Railway. I'll see if I can find some pictures of those box variants also. The only difference is the languages on the side. The box art on the front, the back, the inside flap is the same. It was also the later variant of the box for late 1980s with cardboard inlays and then some plastic inner trays, but the box was not made of styrofoam like the early 80s ones. In terms of pricing, you can get a used copy for $200 to $220, that's complete without the box, but maybe with the instructions. It only goes up from there for $300 to $500 with the box, and then of course $1,000 not sealed. The reason that the set is not cheap is because in addition to the 12-volt motor, which is already about $50, you have the electric parts such as the lights and wires, and then the specific train parts such as the train base plates, the wheel sets, the bogie plates and pins, and then the couplers and buffer pieces are not cheap. And then you have the stickered doors and all the stickered parts, plus the windows and the roof pieces, which are not cheap either. My personal opinion on this set is that it's a great starter set to get into 12 volt if you don't really care about the box. In addition to the train, it also comes with a full oval of track because it was one of the flagship passenger train sets. And then really all you need is the transformer to make it run, and of course if you're in the United States, a voltage converter. It was also my entry to 12 volt over a year ago. That concludes my review of the 7745. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to stay updated because more content is on the way. I'll be back in my next video.